Remember when you played some music in the One More Bowl show? Hey,
Sugar.
Sugar.
Oh, honey.
That's the first System of a Down song I listened to.
Oh.
that was really fun, by the way, having you as a guest on the One More Bowl podcast, Jerry.
Yeah, I had a good time too, man. That was a blast.
That was fun. You can go check out the episode with Jerry from One More Bowl. Now, Blake and Brian will actually join us in the stream. We'll have four people in the Think Dank stream, Jerry. It'll be nuts.
That'll be a new record.
That's
Hey,
nice to
Meet Blake from
nice to see everybody.
More
By
Bowl.
the way, I literally just walked in the door. Like my OBS has a error going on up here. Like I'm fresh out of the car from work, but I'm glad the timing worked. What's up, guys?
Welcome, man. Good to have you, bro.
And there's
Good to have you.
Brian slipping in.
Oh, nice. Hopefully his voice is back, man.
Yeah, I can talk again.
Yeah.
Right on. Good to
For
see you,
now.
man.
I finally got my pants clean, Troy.
So, meet Brian, the executive editor and producer of the One More Bowl show. Welcome, Brian.
What's
Welcome,
up?
bud.
Yeah, it's good to
God.
see everybody.
Brian, you have any opinions on the dick shape? You okay with wrapping your lips around something dick shaped? I mean, you use this. This was your vape for a while.
I have, unfortunately.
We've all been
tried
there.
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
People will find value in it, certainly as an art piece. For me, it's not something that's a practical daily driver. If you're like going to use it for your daily driver and you're a heavy enthusiast or medicinal user, like there's just a lot of kind of ritual that goes along with it, which some are going to find endearing and be totally into, but at a certain level of consumption, it becomes tedious, the amount of ritual behind it almost.
Which part is that you're talking about? Like
I
the
mean, like
spinning
even the
shit,
fact,
or-
like you can totally just pinch bud and throw it in that hole, but they give you that plate, and it is weirdly satisfying to use it, but it's just like extra steps. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then the whole like, I never got, in between hits, people say, just shake it and like that never worked for me. I might have like way too resinous, but I always have to come in with the stir and stir it up. And I mean, it just wasn't kind of as carefree and easy to use as it was touted by a lot of people. But that's coming from somebody who's like a heavy user, or basically puts a ton of herbs through stuff.
Yeah, I agree on the shaking thing. The shaking thing only works if you don't tamp it, and I don't get
I try even then I would. And it could be that maybe I take such hard rips and my butt is so sticky somehow, but I mean, I don't think that's necessarily the case.
You got to loosen it up the first one or two hits for sure. But then after that, I usually only have to tap it and shake it around. But you always have to break up the bud, like you said, once those waxes melt on the first hit or two.
Oh, fuck.
After that, though, oh, nice.
Damn,
that
Troy.
That was so big, it fucked up the focus.
I was gonna
man.
say the autofocus got fucked up. That river so heavy.
It almost combusted. Oh, maybe it did.
Survey says.
I'm okay.
All
It was
right.
good. It was
Alright,
good.
No
I get-
force stab.
Well, we're at 70 likes and 69 is when we beat them up. So let's get that going.
I thought it was at 100 is when we dabbed.
Well,
I think
we
we're at
do
100.
No, I'm showing 70.
But I
it
got
doesn't
112, so fuck it.
Oh,
Regardless,
fuck
let's
that
stab.
noise. Oh, you're right, man. So
Jerry's time
regardless,
traveling, man.
Yeah, I'm time traveling.
He's on
back.
a slow internet.
I'm back. I'm on dial-up tonight, guys. It's a good thing there's 4 of us here.
Put him down in the slow corner.
Yeah, that's me, man. That's right.
Wow, I
Oh,
feel like I just
man.
got promoted. Oh
I'm
shit,
down
I
in the
wasn't
bad
ready.
kid corner, man.
We should call it sponsor corner because that's what you can
Yeah.
have a sponsor. logo.
Yes, Jerry's in the
Yeah,
corner.
You're rocking a Dynavap shirt now, Jerry. Look at that. Yeah, just like that.
Oh, that's dope. I love it. What's up? Hey, you guys like this kind of station I'm building over here, man? Once I get it set up.
Yeah, for all your like press stuff, right?
For all the big shit that does different things, man. So I got the decarb, the student in glass, the cleaner, and the press. And so
Ooh.
I just want to have something out where I can easily access all those fucking things that are always a pain in the ass to get to. So I just set it up to see if I like it. And once I like it, I'm going to buy a table that I really like. And
More
set it up.
serious. Okay. I love that though. I dig it already. It gives you way
man.
more space and it's closer to the camera. So you can, the vape shelf is like, it's hard to look at one particular vape or whatever, but over
Right.
there, that's awesome. Speaking of the student glass, remember we've seen that somebody's already fucking came up with a 3D printed student glass knockoff, basically.
No shit. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that takes
Obviously not
mason
for the
jars.
glass. Yeah, it takes mason jars, but they've managed to
That's brilliant.
already, man.
Brilliant.
So, and I don't know the safety, PLA, and all that. I mean, Brian would know more than us, but the point is that somebody managed to do it. That's pretty bad.
I'm pretty sure it's patented, so just don't sell it. I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Give the files away, load up
Yeah,
the CADs
yeah.
on the internet, kind of thing, and
Right.
that's fucking cool as shit. Yeah, I haven't used it as much as I'd wanted to. In fact, I haven't used it in about a week. It's not a slam dunk for vapes, so it works fine with conduction and hybrids, but with my convections, I haven't figured it out yet as far as the right speed and setup and all. So, and you know me, I'm usually using convection desktops, so I'm like, fuck, man, that's like not going to work for most of what I do. So I need to get back on it and figure it out. Some people have suggested some vapes to try on it, but kicks ass for smoking, great for dabs, and good for conduction and hybrids too. Or it's just that one little niche that I'm having a problem with.
But that's kind of your niche, or our niche, I
fucking
could even
thing,
say,
man.
because that's what I'm into as well. Yeah.
Right, so it wouldn't take up a big spot in your place because it's like you're not going to use it very often. It's like, literally, I haven't
Yeah.
used it in a week just because me, I don't use these. That's what I use. So
Totally. But it looks great on the table. It's a great table piece.
fucking big, man.
Yeah, bigger than I thought.
Bigger than I thought. Like, hey, Troy, you think the one that we hit in Vegas was this fucking big?
Yeah, it was that big.
Okay, because I know they had
The
different
first
sizes at
one,
point.
I don't know if you hit the first one, like 2 years prior. I think the one 2 years prior was bigger. Like because they improved it and made it smaller.
Before it was the student glass or whatever.
I thought maybe there was a smaller one coming later, but this one feels big as shit. Oh, dude, and it's 420 somewhere, man. This is totally
Oh,
ready to go.
Hey,
perfection,
where's your
boys.
timer, Blake?
It's broken. Somebody called
What?
Dude Man. His site's fucking broken.
Oh.
But I thought it was my OBS, but no, it's the site.
Are
So
ours
this-
similar?
consider this a bug report.
I like how you just immediately blame Dude Man. Just threw, like, the bus.
Yeah. Now nobody knows when it's 420.
What are we gonna do?
All right, well, I'm lighting them up, man. Cheers, guys.
Are we all Rio it too? I think we all did. Yeah, that is technically a Rio still, Brian.
Hey, look at that.
Me, Rio.
It's a disembodied E-Rio.
Yeah, it's an E-Rio. Hell yeah.
Man, what a time. And look, their logo's... oh, wait, I'm not down there anymore.
I had mine on the body earlier, but that was pissing Blake off, so I had to take it off.
I just asked why you had it on the body if you weren't using the
You're
torch.
like, why are you being ridiculous?
Troy, this one has the old logo on it right here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
funny.
yeah, well.
So, in the episode of One More Bowl, we talk about lucid dreaming and out of body experiences and shit like that. And Jerry, I wanted to ask you if you've ever had like an out of body experience.
Well, what qualifies as out of body? Does that have to be where you like look back and see yourself down there or something, or does it just have to feel different, or what does it mean? I mean, I've never had any lucid dreaming. I've never had anything where I felt like I was in control of some other, dimension, environment, awareness, whatever. The only thing that I had that was kind of funky was our sound bath, Troy. When I kind of visually saw those tornado spirally things kind of making their way towards me, and then when she changed the bowl, I think it changed to something else, and then I went into a different, really unusual experience. So that's the only time I remember anything really kind of like that. That shit fucked with me in a good way. I dug it.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That's great.
Nothing but weed that night. I never had like a breakthrough moment like
Nice,
Monk's
Monk.
talking about, but I did have moments that were funky. Like it was really weird. Like I was aware of light, but I couldn't hear anything but my own breathing. That was it. And it was really funky, man. Like I was very much enveloped in my breathing sound, and I couldn't hear anything else, even though there was stuff going on. It was kind of funky. That's as out of touch with it as I think I got with it. I've talked to somebody before who's had some lucid dreams, because that was where we started with this whole thing. It was pretty fucking dope. But you guys just got done talking about it. Have any of you been down that road and had some lucid dreams?
Yeah, I've had a bit of experience with it. I used to like do it a lot more when I was younger. I was really kind of I don't know, when I first heard about it, probably 7th grade or 8th grade or sometime back then, I was really like enamored by it. So I did a lot of research into it and that kind of thing. And nowadays I don't dream much at all or remember them much at all. We kind of touch on that in the show, I think, because of the massive amounts of marijuana we partake in. but yeah, I've had quite a few lucid dreaming experiences. It's I think it's a lot of fun.
That is exactly where it came from. We talk on the show about THC's effect on the REM cycle.
Yeah.
And then we fell into that, where coincidentally the three of us all extensively like have looked into and done reading on and tried to practice lucid dreaming. I hadn't heard about it until I was in my early 20s, but I fully delved into it and read books and tried to train myself to do it, and I've been able to have a few, and it's like just a totally amazing experience. It's just like anything else that's worthwhile. Like it takes a lot of practice and dedication.
Yeah, and that's why now it's harder, because when I was attempting it a lot and had high success rates, it was because I was attempting it a lot and kind of trying every night or 3 nights a week or whatever. And really, like, now that I don't do that, it's harder to just jump into one.
For me, it's like right under meditation on the list of things I keep telling myself like I need to start doing again. Because I know it's beneficial, but it's like work.
It is, man.
Totally. And the reward is that you get, like, it's work to have it happen, but then once you can consistently do it, you bought yourself extra time. Like, now you have some conscious time while you're asleep that you didn't have before, that you can work through things or even problem solve or whatever in there, but to get to that point takes a lot more effort and time. And somebody in the chat says they got one of those lucid dream mask things. There's a lot nowadays, a lot of different tech that can kind of try to help you. We talk about another interesting one on the One More Bull show. You'll have to wait for that, but it involves NPT. Don't Google that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, check out the show. But lucid dreaming's it's fun. I highly recommend everybody give a few methods a try at least. And if it seems to be something to your liking and you're not making yourself not sleep too often, then pick it up.
I got into it too when I was in my 20s. Just when internet search engines became a thing, and web surfing. For me, as an ADHD person, I've spent all my waking hours absorbing the internet and learning things and Googling things. And I discovered lucid dreaming. I never built any apparatuses, but I did move my computer closer to my desk.
I totally went to Radio Shack and bought like little LEDs and a breadboard, and I made it it was like so cumbersome, and I had to sleep on my back to fucking use it, but it would like use the IR sensor to read the blinking of my eyelids and then flash a little red LED at me.
Nice.
That's funny. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's funny. You mentioned that in the in the other show too.
The closest thing I got to fucking with it, and I didn't get very far, is recently I was reading about the dream state and how we're always dreaming whether we're asleep or awake, and how this is just a dream as well. And a lot of what you and I talked about, Troy, with the awareness and avatar stuff, as far as if this is a dream too, then which one really is we're real, and how do we know? And one of the things that they do as an exercise is they go out and have a ceremony where they've got a fire and they take turns staying awake. And the idea is every 15 minutes, you go and you check on the person to make sure they're not asleep. And the whole night, what you're trying to do is fall asleep and witness the moment that you switch over to the other dream awareness, and that once you're able to actually become aware of that, that opens up all kinds of crazy fucking possibilities and what you can and are aware of doing. And I was like, what the fuck? So I've done some times where I was just going to sleep and really trying to just stay in the consciousness but go to sleep, and I've gotten nowhere with it. But that's what I'm interested in checking out, because I think that'll really fuck with what's going on in this particular consciousness.
That's fucking fascinating. I've mistakenly trained myself to fall asleep while meditating, because I've always been an insomniac, and I learned that if I'm laying in bed and I really fucking need to sleep, a really easy way to do it is to just meditate. Like, lay down, get comfortable, and just meditate. It only takes like 5 minutes, but in doing that, I basically trained myself. So now, like, if I'm meditating, like, I'll be sitting up all right, and I'll fucking meditate, and 5 minutes later, I'll be like, yeah. So I somehow fucking trained myself.
Pavloved yourself.
Yeah.
Into that.
Yeah. So, and trying to fix that, I've been trying to meditate on that awakeness, like trying to find what is the line between being awake and being asleep. So it's fascinating that the whole fucking drill. It sounds fucking so cool.
It is, and it even ties into how the kind of one of the methods I was explaining on the show that'll be next week. Of how I successfully lucid dream,
Dude, super
which
great
is basically the
explanation
same thing. Just focus on that moment and don't let your mind fall asleep, but let your body fall asleep. Sort of is a way to say it. But man, that's awesome.
The only other thing I can contribute to the conversation is recently I was talking to Elias Theodoro, and he's telling me about his training regimen and how he ends the day or the evening with CBD, and he likes to vape CBD and do all kinds of different CBDs, but he focuses on that. And one of the things he just kind of slipped out that I zoomed in on, because I was like, wait a minute, is he said he does that and he has his dreams about, and he remembers his dreams, is what he said. He claims that we are dreaming, we just don't remember them. And when he vapes CBD, he remembers them. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I haven't done that yet, but I thought, shit, man, maybe I should, come 8 p.m. or later, just kind of do CBD until I pass out and see if I'm remembering.
Yeah, I might have to jump on that too.
You know,
I kind of have that thought as well, that the it's just that we don't remember as many of them, not that we're dreaming less.
this is go ahead, sorry.
So I was gonna say this. It sounds like one of those bro sciences that could just as easily be 100% placebo. Like, just because I say it, I believe it. Now I vape CBD, and because I believe it, it's gonna fucking work.
Shit, we can't do it now.
Well,
Still test it.
You can still test
No,
it.
but totally. And that's why we need to do. There needs to be more science out there on there is some, especially now with the better tech, we can like MRI people while they're asleep and shit. But we need to.
This is a dream right now, man.
That's funny.
Oh, it's really fascinating
I
what
was
you
totally
said.
going to speculate bro science at the same time that you were going to talk against bro science, just because I have a sneaking suspicion that everybody lucid dreams. Like, I think that
interesting.
Because if you like train yourself to become lucid and then you actually become lucid, your big hurdle at that point is the excitement of realizing that you're in a dream and you're in control, and a lot of the times that's when you wake up.
Yes.
So I put it to you that anytime you wake up from a dream, like you went lucid, you don't know what it was, you got super confused because you realized you were dreaming and you just woke up right away. But if you train yourself to actually not wake up, that's when you can do like weird matrix shit, which is super fun.
That's when this becomes your lucid
5 out of 5
dream.
would repeat.
Yeah.
That's when you're a badass, when this is your lucid dream.
When I'm building a go-kart in my bathtub and Draugrs appear, and I'm like, hey, these Draugrs shouldn't be here. This must be a dream.
I did that one time where I had a dream where I was like walking out of a mall, and then I realized like I've never been to this mall. I'm dreaming, and then like so instantly I know that I've been trying to lucid dream forever. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. I like jump up and do the Neo thing, and I go flying. but it's like so cool. But like, there's all this wind hitting me, so I land so I can scream like "fuck yeah!" And then like I got so excited that I woke up, and I'm like "fuck yeah!" Oh shit.
That's funny.
That's like
Yes,
that's the hurdle there. But it's crazy that the power of the mind that you're generating all of that complete reality.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
And I like to say it's interesting when sometimes it's a lot of the times our dreams when you were a kid and you went to a theme park, you go home and you'd probably dream about that night or whatever. Or like maybe if you went to a concert or something, but what's more interesting to me are the dreams like Brian, like when you're dreaming of like something that you've never been there or it doesn't exist. It's like a mix of things, or maybe it's just inspired by things and made up by your head, like pretty crazy what our minds can do when we think they're doing nothing, when we're asleep.
They're badass, man. Did Troy disappear on you guys too?
Yeah, Troy vamoosed. I don't know. He
Probably grabbing the water or something.
take rocking a pisky doodle do or something. I don't know. But
I don't know, man.
let's keep the show going and vape another bowl.
He's hosting it, I think. So I don't know how that works, but
I think we're still on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
yeah, we're still going. There's 3 of us on there now, so that's fine. I guess he'll check in a little bit, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
this shit,
there you
damn,
go.
Troy just shit
Troy
his
just
pants.
woke up from a lucid
And,
dream. That's what somebody said.
A lucid
Gets
dream, a
taken care
dream
of
scream. I
back.
love it, man. That's fucking funny, man.
Meantime, we'll have one more bowl.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right on, man.
Drop the fucking theme music.
I
Cheers,
don't have
man.
control. I would. man. Good day, cunts.
Good day, cunts.
Good day,
Somebody out
cunts.
Yeah, there you go.
So you guys have tried the vape bong. You don't have them, but you tried them.
I haven't. I am the dongless Blake.
I want to hear something you don't like about it. I want to hear something you don't like about something, Jerry.
I told you I don't like the flavor on this one. I think it's pretty neutral. I think it mutes the flavor. And there was one more thing about it too. I forget what, but that was pretty much the big thing.
I know you agreed with Troy on that brick being like crazy hot. That whole thing.
Let me see.
It's like a space heater. Like that whole ceramic, and that's what makes it hit as hard as it does. Is that giant ball is essentially, one giant ball.
Mhm.
Mine's pretty hot, and I've got it set low to 9.7. So
It's that power supply in general. I used to use that exact same supply. With
And that probably has a factor. I know me and Troy both had it cranked to almost 11.
yeah, you guys were rocking. But when I used it with my G, it was hot as shit too. That power supply box. It's just that particular box, I think.
Yeah, or maybe it's getting old and getting worse because I don't remember mine being hot, but it's a little warm, and I've got it low. Like if I had it back up at where I normally hang is 10.3, 10.4. So 9.7 is real low for me, but I like it. After about 3 or 4 hits, it's really humming. And I can still get the extraction I want down there. It just takes more hits, but then it feels better and tastes better the whole ride. So still not great taste, but better. And like I keep saying, I'm not chasing the big clouds anymore. I'm looking for the comfort and the taste. So
Neo's back.
that'll work. There he is, man. Down to the bottom right for you. That's what you-
I'll take the reset. I assume somebody told everyone that I shit my pants or something.
Oh, we
That was just
should
a
have.
safe assumption.
It's funny, man. No, we had just picked up talking about the dong again, so that's all.
The dongo.
Brian was asking what I didn't like, and I told him the same things as you: the power supply and the taste.
Oh, he's asking you what you didn't like about the vape dong.
The vape dong, yeah. Same things as you. So.
I was gonna say, Brian, I wanted Jerry to shit on a couple vapes tonight. That was gonna be our goal to get him to, but he already said that he already knocked the student glass a little and talking shit about the vape dong. Like, he's already out there doing it. We don't even have to prompt it.
Yeah, right on. Well, I mean, like if I'm going to talk about a vape, I'll talk about what I do and don't like, or what I think other people might not like. I try to put myself in their shoes because I'm a little weird. And if I try to hold a vape to my standards, I'm not going to be much good to other people. But what I try to do is, I'll tell you a few things. One is, every time I get a new vape, I try to approach it like with a clean slate. Like I don't try to come in and go, let's see if I can get this to do what I want it to do. I come in and I go, okay, so this thing has at least one, if not a team of people behind it that have spent time engineering and thinking it through. And every little piece, curve, and material has been purposely put for a reason. So let me learn to drive this the way they want it, experience it the way they want, and see what I think it can do, and go from there. But I don't try to jump in and just make it do me. So I come in and go, what can this vape teach me about vaporizing? Even if I don't think I can get anything out of it, I try to come at it like that, and that helps me kind of keep my biases, instead of me going, oh great, another fucking conduction portable, just we need it. I try to keep an open slate about it. But so I start out like that, and then from there, I pretty much review things that pass the test or I like, and that doesn't mean I like everything about them, but I like the vapes. If I don't like it, for the most part, I just don't talk about it, because I figure I got tons of fucking vapes to talk about. I'd rather talk about the good ones than the shitty ones, and stay on the positive side, and other people can bitch about the ones they don't like. Somebody's gonna. And that's just kind of how I like to communicate. So I'm not real comfortable banging on shit. So I just talk about the shit I like, and there's plenty of shit I don't like. I've got a whole box of vapes that I think aren't worth a damn, or at least aren't anything that I would use.
The junk box.
That's why they're not on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole box down here that's populated with every one of my Claudius 9s and buddies. I've got a whole bunch of boxes up there, up top, that some of them are vapes that are so bad I don't even want to give them away. Like, I have shit in packaging that I'm like, that thing's a piece of shit. I can't even send it to somebody. You know what I mean? So
same.
I got a third of a shelf of that kind of stuff.
I had the same thing when I did my vape count. I was like, all these vapes, like, I really don't want them. Like, their only value to me is as a vape collection and as a full diverse experience of the entire vape market, which I value. But I could give a lot of these away, but I feel like I would be doing a disservice to the vape reputation. Like, somebody's gonna get that thing and be like, oh, this thing fucking sucks. Vaping sucks,
Listen,
Yeah.
the chat is demanding this overwhelmingly. What? Give us the top 3 worst vapes of all time, Jerry.
Oh,
and I'm lowering it from 5. They all want 5. I'm just saying, give us the top 3. Your top 3 worst vapes.
That's funny.
Damn,
I won't tell you the worst one out of respect, and Troy knows what I'm talking about.
It hasn't been on the market. Yeah, I think these vapes need to be vapes that were released, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Unreleased vapes don't count.
It would have to be stuff that was released. I don't like dumping on vapes, because there's people out there that like them.
You just dump on 3 right now. Just dump on 3 right now, and then we'll never have to dump on them again.
I'm not a fan.
vapes.
I'm not a fan of the Claudius 9 in any way. A lot of it was again, I didn't approach this the way I just told you. I came at it with my own personal bias, because I was excited about it. I was like, somebody made a portable fucking Evo. I can't wait to see the convection vaporizer they put in there, because that's what you need all that water for. And then I go and get it, and I go, it's a fucking flower made oven. I don't need all that water for it. Oh, thanks for the store tool I didn't need. And I thought, damn it, I don't even. And I was like, fail. I mean, it might be really cool, but that didn't work for me. I did try it. It leaked. It was an earlier version. So I'm not a fan of this. I think it's overpriced and overmarketed. Is what it is. So it's not a bad vape. It's just not something that I'm going to reach for.
Hell yeah.
Some of these are not bad vapes. They're just vapes that I don't really use. And so I wouldn't put them on my thing. Whatever this fucking candy pen thingamajig is, I don't even know what the hell this is. Something with a K on it. I get all kinds of these vape pen cigar type things that are just all Me Too's, and none of the caps.
It's all the same shit. It's all ceramic, whatever. Plate.
This one looks like a fucking tire somehow. I think it's a flower mate or something. No, I just get all kinds of weird shit.
I think you really discount your opinion, man. I mean, I could understand from like the PODV point of view or perspective, like, you know, staying positive and stuff. But as far as like Troy and Jerry, man, like all these people watching right now, they have grown to know you and respect your opinion and largely probably vape in the same ways you do. So we want to know, you know, what it is you don't like about certain things, even if it's for your style, because some of that's our style too.
Yeah, and I'm happy to review those kind of
it, you know? I'm just giving you a hard time, but I like hearing those things.
I like the way I see how Jerry kind of was explaining how he approaches it versus Troy, not versus Troy, but in contrast to Troy. Like I see you guys, like I see the two biggest phone reviewers on YouTube, MKBHD and Your Average Consumer, because the guy, Your Average Consumer, his whole thing is like he wants to be the for the people, you know, and review it like from this sort of the standpoint of the average person or whatever, who they could look at it. And so he uses his phone like a normal person would when he tests it and all that. And then MKBHD kind of comes in and uses his phone like 1% of people do, like all day long, and does everything it can do and all this, you know, to kind of like test it from that perspective or whatever. But you both obviously appeal to everyone, but it's cool to contrast on this show. I like it a lot when the two of you kind of have the back and forth, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, Troy and I are a lot of times looking for different things and use them differently, and I think it's awesome because, you know, we'll come at vapes from different angles, and when a vape works well for both of us, that says a lot to me, because that means it's probably good for a lot of styles. You know, sometimes when we disagree on something, it's really just kind of perspective, usually more than anything else. We usually agree on what it does and doesn't do. It's more of, but where does that fit sometimes, you know, and that's just perspective. So I love it. I love it when we disagree, because I think that's good for everybody. When I run out of good vapes to talk about, I'll probably find some shitty ones, but no, you know, unless there's something that I think is deceptive, you know, like some people are like, you know, falling for shit. You know, I'll go on the forums and set things straight on a regular basis. You know, I haven't had to do that much from this chair, but we've talked about the Volcano hybrid issues when they came out, and, you know, try to get the word out early on that and make sure people knew about it. So, you know, we definitely want to point out those kind of things when they're needed. You know, but you know, if you know, it's easier for me to point people to the right vape than it is for me to steer them away from something else and then steer them towards something. You know, I could just spend the whole time going, check this out, as opposed to don't go over there. You know, I don't need to get into that. Besides it, I'm also comfortable with the fact that a lot of this is opinion, man. Like, this is our opinion. So we're all going to have different opinions, and they're all valid. And there's going to be plenty of people who like shit that I don't like, and vice versa. And, you know, again, I don't need to fucking rain on their parade, man.
No.
Piss in the Cheerios.
Yeah, man.
You guys want to have one more bowl?
Yes, always.
Have I ever said no? Okay, a couple times, but yes, let's do it.
But usually a lot later than this.
Yeah, usually like 6 a.m. when the sun's coming up.
I liked how, Jerry, when we separated our differences on the herborizer, that was a fun one because it's like one of your favorites.
Yeah, I'm not sweating that at all. That's one that in time, you know, like I wanted that vape for a good 6 years before I got it. And then I used it. Yeah, I didn't get that right away. So there was a lot of want in me when I got that thing, and it lived up to it for me. In my opinion, I think at some point, as you're bouncing around all these things, you're gonna be looking for something in particular, and you'll either think to, or somebody will mention, check out the herborizer, and you're gonna pull it out, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that was there the whole time. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because that vape, quite honestly, you just needed to give it enough time to get used to the bowl size and the distance from the heater and the temperature balance. And once you find that spot, man, it's fucking dope. So, me digsy. It'll happen. It'll happen in its own time, man.
That's how I feel about the elevator, man. When I first used it years ago, I didn't dig it. I I wasn't getting the biggest hits off it, and I broke it too eventually. So I just said fuck it. But now, years later, I got one, and I've been loving it.
I
Really
love that thing from day one.
This was before I had any real heavy hitters. I mean, I think the problem was probably how I was hitting it, like my airflow. I never really understood back then that you could hit, because all my first vapes were such sippers with Magic Flight, a PAX, some of the Ariser stuff, but yeah, coming back to it, I'm falling in love with the thing. So it scares me to think what vapes. I mean, shit, I had a Debuta too way back in the day.
Yes.
And I never would have thought that thing could hit as hard as this fucking SSV hits.
Right? That's a fucking value all day long, that fucking vape.
Yeah. Now I'm mad that like I had some of those old school wand vapes, the little wood box.
Yeah, the Vapor Brother things.
Mine was a no name, but one of those. I'm like, man, I could have stuffed balls in that thing. I could have fucking.
Yeah, that shitty heater. Yeah, right on, man. That was great.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't hate on the herborizer. I don't hate the herborizer.
Did somebody say you were?
No, I think they were wondering if you were gonna.
No. I don't hate on it. It's just not the vape that has the most alignments for my preferred user experience.
I think if you came back to it, you'd like it more now than you did before, because you're already looking for something different.
Right.
Like you're looking for density and comfort and taste. And those are there in the herborizer, but you're not going to get ballsy hits out of it. But you know what I mean? High temp ballsy hits? No, but I get everything I'm looking for out of that thing. Like I don't need anything more than it gives. If I do, I just turn it up a little more. I don't even do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I can't get myself to commit to one style. And I mean, I think that's the major reason driving Vast for a lot of people. Like, I just want a vap cap sometimes, and sometimes I need a fucking brick. Like,
Right.
Yeah, right. I feel you, man. I couldn't, like, I have to have my desktop.
Like, it's weird,
Like
I mean, I vape on my Mighty a lot, and I know my Mighty's not going to give me the Terp Torch experience. It's a wonderful, casual, vapable experience, and I charge my Mighty every day, basically.
To me, a lot of it is how approachable is the experience. I'm super turned off by devices that I have to take a class to learn how to use. You know what I mean? Like, shit should be intuitive. You should be able to pick something up and figure it the fuck out, without a whole lot of instruction as like, hold it this way and the light this way so that it doesn't combust or whatever kind of thing.
You'd pick up on the herborizer right away because all the principles are the same.
I'm not saying that about the herborizer. I'm just saying
but you're talking about different styles, and I'm saying your style would go right. You'd go right in on the herborizer.
I think the injector styles.
I haven't spent enough time with an herborizer. I would like to as well. Try that.
Here's one. What's the hardest vaporizer to use? Like, what's the hardest to learn? Which vape?
I have a more limited experience than you guys. I'd say PAX is just a weird.
What's the question?
I think the brick has a steep learning curve, but I don't think it's the hardest to learn. I think that it's easy to do okay, and it's really hard to do at like a.
But you could get it, and it comes with the restrictor disc in there, and you can blast it, and it won't fuck up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like there's a learning curve to get like the perfect
to get to the high expert level or whatever, if you will. But I think in general, the hardest. It's a tough one, man. I don't know.
The chat's.
The hardest what? What would you say, Troy? I disconnected right when you said.
Oh, the hardest vape to learn, or the hardest vape to use. There's a lot of vapes with learning curves.
Well, what are the parameters? Anything
Magic
that exists?
Flight
Does it have to be in production, or what?
It doesn't have to exist anymore. Yeah, like the Magic Flight is the classic. Like that vape was like you had to learn to fucking use that thing.
You had to learn how to breathing to hit it right, how to work the battery right, how to pack it right, grind it right.
You had to grind it right. Yeah, exactly.
From everything.
And a lot of people used it for years and used it incorrectly, or not incorrectly, but just not in the most effective way.
Some people used it incorrectly. Yeah. Some people just smoked.
Yeah, some people fucking smoked in it. Like I've seen so many.
Those people used it incorrectly.
Yeah.
The other people are fun.
The Vap Man.
The
And the
Batman
Lotus.
takes technique, and yeah, I can see that. It took me like so much weed and 2 or 3 days to get the Batman hit down to where I like it.
Dude, hands down, the hardest one's the Apollo. If anybody's got one of those, that is the weirdest fucking vape. It does things no other vape does. It has weird controls you never thought of. And if you don't have the manual in front of you for the first 3 months, you ain't got a bad chance of figuring it out. It's fucked up, but it's cool. Once you figure out the preheat and all that shit, that's just the weirdest one, man. That's just the weirdest one.
I thought
Plenty
I
of
think
time.
it's still in production.
So you want to go to production?
Oh no, man.
Uh,
I just think I at least the earliest model, like I had the first Iolite that came out, and that whole like butane contained within the thing, but it's not
Fucking
using the
Iolite.
butane, but it tasted weird, it hit weird. Everything was weird about the one that I had.
Those vapes, they scared me. They still scare me.
Still
I have each of them. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the Ghost in there, man, because somebody in chat just said it too. But the Ghost, like, you could get a great hit off of it. You truly could. All right, but you had to fucking play that thing right. The controls made no sense too. You always had to go look at what does fucking 3 purple blinks mean? Fuck, I don't. And like all the quirks you can't turn it off except by pulling out the battery. Like that thing just was not intuitive at all. So
Right.
I'll throw that in the mix.
Right. The Milana Splinter stuff. Like all the 510 stuff perform the same way, but
I think any of those.
They're all trying to be the Splinter, my opinion.
All those on-demand convection vapes, every one of them, except for the bowl, every one of them is a pain in the butt. As far as you got to learn something. But
yeah,
you guys mentioned it early on. Actually, if you want to get a mass production vape, I think you're right. The packs will baffle anybody. I mean, you can pick up a PAX and never even know how to turn it on, let alone anything else. So,
and hitting it, like people, if you've never hit a vape, especially as a first vape, like,
yeah.
Well, that's a good list we put together there. Now I want to hit my Vatman now that we yapped about it. So
I still can't find mine.
Hi, did you check your asshole? Did these eggs look like the perfect repository for, just that's all I'm saying. Sneaking across the border.
Yours is dark. Your little egg is dark.
Yeah, mine's blacked out. I love this container, though. Honestly, this is a big reason I like the thing. You can fit nugs around it too if you need to, like in a pinch. Carry everything on the go.
Oh, nice.
And if it, it has the little loading thing in there too. But yeah, you can see part of the thing with mine. I have some fucking putty on it, blocking one of the air holes.
Oh, right on. I like that.
Part of my methods.
Yeah, super cool, man.
Learning
that shit out.
But I like it. That's why I say, man, look at Troy with the fucking torch there. These injector styles, like the fact that they're so easy. Once they're on and warm, you put it in the bowl or in the bong, just like you would like a bowl or whatever, and you fucking hit it. Like, I love the simplicity of a good injector style flower pot herborizer. That thing, all of them. Give me a terp torch. Just kidding.
Oh man, where'd you go, Troy?
Troy went to another planet there.
Still traveling.
Yeah. We'll be here when you get back, bro.
Yeah, so people, everybody's asking me, man, like,
what?
Am I gonna be able to find a terp torch?
Oh, terp torch or herborizer? Good luck getting either one. I tell you right now, I consider the terp torch the poor man's herborizer. Like, when my herborizer broke, I looked far and wide in this room and I replaced it with the terp torch the last time it happened. So, I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
But people can't get the terp torch. Can they get herborizers anywhere?
If you want to spend a little more and get something with a better form factor with a little more classy feel on your desk, there's your herborizer. If it's out of your budget, terp torch is there. Or if you don't care about the form factor, the hits off the terp torch, man, go for it. There's nothing missing, man. It's fucking dope. So that's how I tell people to go with it. I don't think people can find any of these things right now. Like, I've had people ask me where they can get the herborizer, and I'm like,
How about we vape one more bowl and tell everyone to fuck off? And if they like,
I'm with it.
if they like the format, they can check out the episode of One More Bowl, available now on the One More Bowl channel, or on the One More Bowl website, or on the iTunes or Spotify, right? So
All over
Yeah.
the place.
Can even get it on Deezer, bro.
can you get
Listen,
it on zip disk? Can you get it on-
it's probably on Pirate Bay, man. Shit, it's the internet.
I
Whoa.
don't know if we reach that. If we reach those standards, like we've got Pirate Bay with one fucking seater.
yeah, right. Yeah. Hold on a second. I know that IP.
At least
Shit.
it's seated, man.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, even if you hate us guys over on this side, last week we of course had
We had those guys
Mr.
on that
Jerry
side.
on, so it's still worth it to watch for him.
Let's
Then
go.
maybe you'll
Let's
find out you like us. No, whoa, hold on now.
See again now the LEDs are imbalanced
Oh,
again.
hey, we could do like a matching game or something on here, like,
We can have like a memory game.
yeah. All right, where was Troy at the beginning of the show? That's the
Where
the question for the giveaway. Thanks for having us, Troy and Jerry.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Troy.
Dude, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks
One
for
more-
taking the time and all that.
One more big shout out to Monk out there. I know he was in the chat for a bit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, we missed you,
See
bro.
you in there, buddy. Yeah, we
Love you,
can't
Monk.
wait to get you back.
Cheers,
Cheers, buddy.
man.
Everybody, thanks for coming out.
it was hilarious in there because Brian was sick. Brian was sick, and he
He got
stepped
fucked up
for-
sick, man. Like, that was gross.
Yeah. It was funny when
Poor guy.
I thought it was funny when he stepped out. Yeah, okay. Brian said he had a little coughing fit and he accidentally shit his pants, so he's gonna be a minute.
Or did you just make that up to fuck with him?
Yeah, just to see if he's editing well. No, Brian said he hurt his throat while coughing. He is sick, so he said he had a sore throat earlier, and it's okay, Brian. Just drink some water.
Yeah,
We'll
have a lozenge or 3.
have a lozenge.
Fucking edit yourself in later, man.
Go
That's,
in. Yeah. That's
Thanks a lot, assholes.
I got it in at the end. That was great.